Hey everybody, the last Shoegazer here with another Freaky Finds video. Once again, I have a lot to show you guys, so I'm not going to waste any time. But I wanted to let you know that I'm still going to try to do one of these in this series, hopefully every week. I've been trying to do that since I started it. I love doing pickup videos along with all the other things that I try to do on my channel. But I'm starting to get random stacks of overflow, and what you see behind me, if you've watched any of my other collection videos, I have stuff kind of in different areas all over the house. So I'm going to slow down a little bit, so I might not have as much to show you guys in these, but I'm still going to try to do it like every week as I pick up a couple here and there, but not quite as many. I have like 16 or so to show you guys today, so I need to dial it back a bit. Picked up Mirrors, Kiefer Sutherland film. I have not seen. This is like a 2-disc one with a Blu-ray, DVD, and that's whenever they were still putting the digital copy on like the DVD disc. So I was happy to find this. Most of my stuff that I'm going to be showing in these is either from like Dollar General or like a surplus store, a thrift store, Walmart, and even some like online purchases. But yeah, I haven't seen this. Let me know what you guys think of that one. Next one is a John Cusack film, The Raven. It's like an Edgar Allan Poe, based on his story there. I loved him in 1408, the Stephen King story. Yeah, I haven't seen. I don't even think I've seen bits and pieces of this one, but yeah, this is another 2-disc one as well. But The Raven, let me know what you think of that. And next we have a couple Scream Factory pickups. This one actually came from Walmart. This is Misery. This speaks for itself. I'm a huge Stephen King fan, as you guys know. Great story. Paul Sheldon, played by James Caan. He is an author and has a wreck, and Kathy Bates, her character, takes him in. She's a huge fan, and things get kind of out of hand. So I'm not going to give this away if you haven't seen this, but if you're a Stephen King fan, you enjoy stuff like The Shining, just his stories in general, pick this up. Especially the Scream Factory release, they always have awesome special features, great artwork. The slip, it looks the same there, but they always do cool artwork. Scream Factory is awesome. They're known for their really solid treatment of releases that they pick up with great special features and reversible insert there. Normally, like, they throw one in that was like a movie poster. Normally I keep it how it is, but it's nice that you have that option. That's pretty cool that they do that. And along with that, I have another Scream Factory pickup. I got this online. I won a bidding war recently on eBay of Howling 2. As you guys know, if you watch my videos, I'm a huge werewolf movie fan. I love the original Howling. It's up there, in my top, favorite werewolf movies. And I've always wanted to get this. This is, like I said, the Scream Factory release. I believe the back is the original back. I've seen the DVD of this before in stores, but I passed it up. I'm happy to have the Blu-ray of it. But we have, the cool artwork there. And if I can get it out, that's awesome. But yeah, happy to add that to my werewolf collection. Next one is an old favorite, Wrong Turn. Really great chase sequences and kills and crazy inbred mountain men, very much like The Hills Have Eyes, but set out in the woods. Just really well made, awesome production. Fun fact, I like the music in this movie, as I do a ton of other horror movies, but during the end credits, one of the songs is by Breaking Benjamin, and some of you who have listened to some of my original music know that the original drummer for Breaking Benjamin does most of the percussion on my solo album. But yeah, you can check out, if you haven't heard, and I posted like 3 or 4 songs on my channel from my album. But yeah, check it out on iTunes. I go by the name Ocean Bound, and then my first album is Architects and Dreamers. But yeah, it features the original drummer from Breaking Benjamin on most of the songs. Yeah, I was really happy whenever I first saw this years ago and I heard one of their songs, like, oh, great, that's Breaking Ben. So I've been a big fan of them for years. So Wrong Turn, I would highly recommend picking that up if you haven't done that already. That's going to look awesome on Blu-ray. Next one, kind of a frivolous buy. I like the original Piranha. They're just zany and out there, kind of like Jaws, you know, on adrenaline. So this has Gary Busey, Christopher Lloyd, and David Hasselhoff, among others. So it just looks like a really fun time. I was excited to pick that up. Next one was a blind buy, Pod, but love the artwork. I thought the back looked really cool, and it got some, you know, recognition there. The front says reminiscent of the best of the X-Files. Now that's just some random person saying that. I don't recognize their name, but I'm a big fan of the X-Files and just horror in general that deals with like anything space, especially out in the woods. So I'm hoping this is a gem. Pod. Next one, Sam Raimi, Mr. Evil Dead, Drag Me to Hell. Not seen this. Comes with both, you know, the theatrical and unrated versions. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised I haven't seen it yet, but it looks just super creepy. It has Justin Long. Of course, I love him in the original Jeepers Creepers, and a little bit in part 2. Can't say the same for part 3. They lost me on that one. I would not recommend that to anybody. Sorry if you like it, but I don't know many people who do. The Unborn, another one. Now this has Gary Oldman in it, which I'm not surprised because it says from the producers of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which means Michael Bay. You know, he does a lot of the awesome horror remakes that and I'm a fan of, as many are, and the co-writer of The Dark Knight. So I didn't know this movie existed. I'm excited to see, you know, how well this is pulled off with some of those heavy hitters. Gary Oldman's awesome, so really happy to have found that. Next, I have some Friday the 13th pickups. I really enjoyed being a part of that with some fellow YouTubers this past week to celebrate Friday the 13th. Did some cool rankings, and some people showed parts of their collection, memorabilia, collectibles. It was just really cool. I did a ranking video myself of the franchise. I'm a huge fan. I have a lot of different editions and collections, but these are not hard to find. This is the, you know, the deluxe editions. I have them in a 4 film favorites from Paramount, and also you know, a couple, like 8 of the 8 film collections on DVD and Blu-ray. But yeah, I was happy to find these at a surplus store for like $4 or $5 each. So part 2, my favorite. And part 3 actually comes with 3D glasses. Most of the packs now do not include those. They're not the hockey mask ones that I got in some of my original packs, but they're at least including some generic ones. Part 3, when he gets his mask, love that one. And part 4, the final chapter. So I lucked out and found a nice series of them. Have a couple copies of the deluxe edition of part 1. So they didn't have that one either. But yeah, really happy about that. Next one is a Wes Craven one that I've never even heard about. Shocker. So yeah, just picked this up, but anything Wes Craven, you know, at least catches my eye. Like I've said before, I'm not a huge fan of the Scream franchise. It kind of lost me there, but you know, a lot of his other work is just phenomenal. So yeah, let me know if you have this, what you think of it. And next, this kind of goes with one of my recent videos. I did like a review out in the woods of The Ritual, and while I was out there, I showed a little bit of an unboxing of the remastered Phantasm DVD Blu-ray combo. And I wasn't going to pick this up, but I thought, you know what, I want to get the rest of the collection, especially while they are all together for a nice low price. This was like about 15 bucks, but it has all of them. I'm not going to get them out because they're all stacked on like a spindle. They're going to go all over the place, but this is a really nice collection. Top-notch artwork, even on the discs. They're not like just bland, boring, you know, just black ink or anything. They all pop, and just a lot of work went into this release. It has, you know, all of them, so I'm excited to see the rest. Walmart right now has a Harrison Ford wall with some like Star Wars stuff, so they're really promoting some of his back catalog. I've seen this, just never picked it up until now. Frantic. So I'm a huge Harrison Ford fan. He is up there with like Jack Nicholson in my mind. He's one of my favorite actors. And here's one of my favorite movies from him. He does a great job. Tommy Lee Jones, really great story. He plays Richard Kimball, a doctor who gets mistaken as the killer of his wife. It's just really tragic. Your heart breaks for him, but he's just on the move and just trying to get things straightened out and prove his innocence. And some wild stuff goes on in this film. Very good. I would highly recommend that too. And mentioning one of my other favorite actors there, I finally picked up One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. This is a really fun, solid story. I have all of his other stuff. I just never picked this one up. But yeah, it's reminiscent of like the artwork there on like the Shining, just like the Stanley Kubrick kind of print, you know, that he went for. I always kind of thought that. But yeah, picked that up. Big fan of his work. So as I said, I'm going to dial back a little bit on how much I pick up throughout a week. I need to slow down a little bit with my buying, save some money for some other things for the family. But luckily, I find most of what I show here on, you know, pretty good deals. I rarely pay full price for anything that I get throughout a week's time. But yeah, make some connections. You know, let me know what you guys think of what I showed today. If you have any of the ones that were kind of like blind buys for me. Really excited to see Pod. It might be trash, but it might be awesome too. So anyway, everybody take care. Thanks for watching and have a great day.